Hey tubers, Bart coming at you with a YouTube Hall of Fame vote, and then I'm gonna sneak in a mail day at the back end because it can. It's pretty small, so I figured I could double tap here. First and foremost, thanks to Mike for kind of hosting this and putting this on and pushing this. It's nothing but positivity, nothing but good coming out of this. A whole lot of the videos have said, hey, I'm learning new channels that I didn't know existed and blah, blah, blah. And I'm definitely, an example of that. I found a whole lot of, creators of content that I didn't know were out there. Pretty cool. So a lot of them different than me. And I kind of like to follow a decent spread of folks, so I know what's going on out there, and sometimes watching the videos scratches the itch, so to speak, so that I don't have to buy all that stuff too, right? Because I collect enough as it is, but I'm interested in all of it, so it's good to just see this stuff, and then it kind of appeases that. But for criteria, what was big for me was, hey, you've been doing it a while, and I didn't have years on it, but I got to remember you for a good number of years. And then, is it much must-see YouTube for me? And so, with that, and I almost didn't make a video because I kind of feel like a little bit of an outsider here. I don't really know a whole lot of these guys. I haven't been to the nationals and stuff like that, and so that's kind of where you see a whole lot of the connectivity between the folks. And they mentioned it. I met this guy at the nationals, blah blah blah. And that's awesome, right? And I hope to make it to a national someday, but I haven't. So, I didn't really know much about what had happened in years past and stuff like that. But a friend of the program kind of hit me up with who's already been in, which is good. And again, another shout out to Mike for putting this on, because this year clearly we have hit a tipping point in the YouTube Hall of Fame. So we went big time with this. As a community, because I didn't really know what was going on. I saw some of the votes last year and some of the videos, but I didn't even know who was hosting it last year, or who was putting it on, or where the center point was, or whatever. And that's with YouTube, and also being in with multiple YouTube content makers, Facebook groups, and things like that. I still really didn't know what was going on, and I can't look through my timeline without being bombarded in a good way with people making videos about this vote and stuff like that, and really getting active. So we hit that tipping point, which is just awesome and unseen before. So we're in a good place right here. But with the multiple years content requirement for me, and then the must-see YouTubeage, I went down the list of people that are already in the Hall of Fame, and a whole lot of those people that are must-see for me are already in. So while there's some great people out there and people making videos and stuff like that, I only got 3 people on my list. Don't take that as hate for anybody, but I only watch, so many other sports and baseball and things like that, and a lot of the baseball guys that I do watch are already in, because they have that entertainment value and things like that. And then a couple of the big timers that people are voting for, I only came about either recently, a month or 2 before this one happened, so I don't want to be like throwing you that token vote when, it's not necessarily the Hall of Fame to me yet, probably next year type of thing, or I just found them through these votes. Geez, this guy's got 2K subs or 1,000 subs or 700 subs, and I didn't even know they existed yet, but now I do, and so I'm going to see what's up with the channels and whatnot. So I got 3 votes for you, and it's kind of cool because it's must-see YouTube for me, and not a whole lot of people are getting football votes. I'm predominantly football guy, but I also, I dabble in the basketball and baseball here and there, and you'll see that throughout the videos, but I'm predominantly football, so I got some football votes because all the baseball guys already got in. So my 3 votes, not in order. First one, Scotty Tradition. Just good people, good genuine dude from, the northern Midwest, loves his local teams, gets after it, stays committed to them. Great eye for just for quality in cards and things like that, and a sharp attention to detail for things that you like to see about cards, you like to hear about cards when he articulates it about it and stuff like that. Just a passion for it all. So I dig it. I dig the channel. So Scotty Tradition gets a vote from me. Next one up, I'm following this guy for years. You know, it ebbs and flows with life as far as how often he makes videos and stuff like that. But I watch him every time he posts it. And it's Dave's Midlife Car Crisis. You know, man's been suffering for years as a Mets and a Jets fan, and still keeps plugging away, keeps collecting, stays positive within the hobby. He's been sliding over to the Yankees a little bit too much in the last year or two, but we won't hold that to him against too much. But you know, just good, genuine dude. One of those type of people that, you know, you just want to grab a cold one and sit there and watch the game with him or something like that. And so I don't know much better compliments than you can say about somebody than that when you're talking sports and cards and things like that. So Dave, shout out to you. And then the third one there, Brad8671. I've been watching that guy for as least as long as I've been doing it, and I think I'm coming up on 7 years now or something of making videos. I don't know anybody else that just could carry the video with content and not damn show a card at all. But he does that. He manages it. He'll just bullshit you about games. He'll express his frustration in the Dolphins, which is fantastic because, you know, a lot of times our teams are coming off of losses anyway. And Brad will make you feel good about your own team because he's just throwing his team under the bus about what the hell was going on with the Dolphins from time to time, from the ebbs and flows of the Tannehill eras and all those other quarterbacks that he's had to deal with and stuff like that. He just carries the conversation. He just presents good conduct, and he's got a little bit of a quirk to it, which is awesome. And then many people have already given him a shout out for just his knack for just getting some killer hits and box breaks and stuff like that. I don't know how he does it, but he does it awesome. And, you know, his collection of just filthy patches as far as 3, 4. Sometimes you see a patch you got and it's like 9 colors on it. I don't know how he manages that, but somehow he's the one that's hitting those things and stuff. Just good stuff all around. So Brad8671. So those are my 3 votes. Shout out to all the people in the community for doing these types of things and keep making the content. We're making ourselves stronger. But again, big ups to Mike. You know, it's blown up this year significantly. The interconnectivity of the community got a whole lot stronger through this process. And so, fun times. And let's keep it going, guys. Later. And I'm back. Just ended a video, and I forgot I said I was going to sneak in a mail day, and completely forgot about it. So, quick hitter. I hit a guy up in one of the 49ers collectors groups and just said, hey, I'm missing 3 cards from Prism centered. I keep getting them and can't find a centered one. So, on the cheap, got the last 3 that I needed. Jalen Hurd, not on the team. Got the Pettis, and I got a Montana. He threw in some extras too, which is good stuff. A lot of shine with that light there. But got the, I think that's 13, 14 cards from the Niners. Got them all in a centered version now, which is sweet. Pick this up. Come on. There we go. There's some shine to it. 52 shining. Look at that. Frankie Albert in a 7, large. These just never come up, but sometimes, you know, I don't have them in save searches, just because my save searches are full. Jeez. But every once in a while I search looking for them, and bam, this one was sitting there, so I snagged it up. I still need a good number of the largest. That being said, I also picked up a raw one, thinking, maybe I can get a 5 or something like that and get a placeholder. It looked beautiful, and it was only like $11, but the front is awesome, and it looks like it would be 5 or 6 or something like that. And then it's got these little ripple creases in the back and some scuffing at the bottom. So that now it's basically trash. But good looking card, Glenn Christian for the Niners there. And then 2 Jerry's. Too close. Let me get that thing all the way out of there. 98 playoff. Kind of a neat little die cut. He hit his 1,000 catches that year, so he kind of just throws all of his numbers out there that he had at the time. And in surprisingly good condition. And what here is this 97 Collector's Edge insert. Bit of acetate going on. And man, I tell you, sometimes you get things in the mail and you wonder what the hell is going on in that person's household. This thing had, this is a new card saver, or penny sleeve and a card saver, but there was like dog hair in this, and then I pulled the card out and there was water spots on it. And where are you keeping your cards, man? But I got the water spot out thankfully, because it was an acetate card and it was easy. You know, it took a little bit of elbow grease there, but got that stuff off and the surface cleaned up. But good looking card, and I love the 97s based on that color of jersey with the gold, black, white, and red there, and our 50th anniversary patch, which is the same one of that one there, and the 50th anniversary patch is on the front there. So digging those, and that's basically it. I did buy a 92 Pinnacle box. Was looking for the Steve Young and the Ronnie Lott. Surprisingly, Jerry Rice was not in that product for some reason. That was like his prime, 6 years into it or whatever. Got like 5 Steve Youngs, 2 were sub-worthy. Only got 1 Ronnie Lott all the way at the end, and it had some chipping and stuff like that, and that was a real rough set. But just some oddball goodness there. The bobsled, and it's called Sidelines, and so it just shows a couple of the random dudes and the things they do outside of football. But had Herschel Walker on there pushing the bobsled. Who remembers that? But there's this one of the Steves, and then just for looks there, only got 1 Elway, not subbable. The Ronnie's not subbable. The Emmett and a Barry, they both looked real good, but I'm not planning on subbing those. So that's a little glimpse of that set. But it was it also had like 16 cards in a pack, so the packs were just stretched the hell out. Things were sliding around, and so cards were like, you know, the top cards were either in one extreme left or right and just completely bent down, and then they were stuck together like champions in like this whole accordion movement thing in the pack. So a bit of a mess there, peeling them apart and stuff, but good times with a junk era box break. So thanks, and this time, until next time, later.